people don't like fall and they just wish it was summer all year round. While they figure out what to do about that, we're gonna make delicious fall drinks and treats and stuff. And today we're targeting our attention on apple fritters. Surprisingly enough, you're gonna need apples to make these, so peel your apples. If you're blessed enough to have your own apple trees, please don't take it for granted because we don't all have that, although some of us did once upon a time. Once you have your apples peeled, you need to cut them up. They need to be diced, so it's up to you how you want to do that. I'm just gonna cut mine into little chunks. The chunks should be about this big, and then you need some lemon juice to drizzle over those, and miraculously enough, I had fresh lemon in my pantry, so I'm using that. Make sure you mix it around a little so the apples are coated in the lemon juice. Then just set that aside. You need a bigger bowl to make your batter. We're gonna start making our dough with an egg that we need to beat up. I'm going to add sugar. It takes very little. We have a pinch of nutmeg, or rather a dash, and also a dash of ground ginger. And we have cinnamon, and I'm only making half a batch, so if you want a whole batch, it'll make double this. It takes some baking powder, some salt, some vanilla, some flour. It says some melted butter, but I'm going to try and be brave and just use softened butter, but you should probably use melted butter. Not that I'm saying you couldn't do it with softened butter, but I don't want to lead you astray. I'm going to mix those things together. It turned into crumbs, which is what I wanted to cream that butter in. Now we're going to add our milk, which will turn it into a batter. But you have to add that milk slowly so it doesn't turn lumpy now. Then we just dump our apples with the lemon juice in there and mix it together. If you've ever made corn fritters, you're now realizing the similarities. Are you ready to deep fry? Because apple fritters get deep fried. So make sure you heat up your deep frying oil. You can use whatever oil or shortening you want. Once your oil reaches deep fry temperature, which is 375, we're going to drop the stuff in there 1/3 or 1/4 cup at a time. You might have to take a spoon and scrape it out. Once your fritters are brown on one side, you flip them over. Once they're done, we take them out and I put them on a rack over a pan so the oil can drip off so they don't soak in with oil. And as you can see, they're not any particular shape. You're going to want to glaze your fritters, so make a powdered sugar glaze. I don't use measurements. I just dump some powdered sugar in a bowl and add a little bit of water, a pinch of salt, and some vanilla. Because I only made half a batch, it won't take much glaze. You just whisk in water until it has the right consistency for glaze. It does not take much. Once your glaze is ready and your fritters have cooled off a little, it's time to glaze them. Just put them in your glaze and then make sure they're coated. Take them out of the glaze, let it drip off a little bit, and then put it back on your pan on the rack so it can drip off more. The more you let these cool off before glazing them, the slicker the glaze will stick on them. I'm going to put these in the fridge so they can completely cool off and the glaze can harden. Let's take a bite and see if they're good. They're delicious. They're just a little tart. The batter is kind of spongy. The apples are a little bit crunchy. It's perfect. The recipe is in my cookbook under apple fritters. The cookbook is on my website, socialsbylavina.com, over here on my profile, or depending what platform you're on, in the caption of this video. Enjoy.